will build a great, great wall on our southern border, and I will have Mexico pay for that wall. I wrote the number down. I don't know if it's the right number. Let's try it. 202. Jeb Bush is a low-energy person. For him to get things done is hard.
Raise your hand now if you won't make that pledge tonight.
I have signed the pledge.
Wow, it's already been a month since the Fox debate is being called the summer of Trump. The Republican presidential candidate commanding the spotlight, dominating the headlines for the past few months now. But will he continue this momentum? Or should we expect someone else to lead the pack come fall? Here to discuss Republican political strategist Evan Siegfried and Democratic political strategist Brian Benjamin. Good morning to you both. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Eric, I want to start with you. If it was the summer of Trump, it will be the fall of who?
Kasich.
Why?
You've got a problem with Jeb Bush. Everybody's realizing that he's just not cutting it. And the establishment Republicans are looking for an alternative. And John Kasich, with his record, look at his approval numbers in Ohio among Democrats, Republicans, and independents. He's exactly the kind of general election candidate you want, unlike Mr. Trump, who's underwater in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Florida in a general election.
Let me just challenge you real quick. Donald Trump's underwater. On the other hand, he's dominating the polls around the country.
Yes, that's because you've got 17 candidates, 16 of which are not named Donald Trump.
But he's a mile ahead of most of them.
Yes, and it's still very early, and that's because of the name recognition due to The Apprentice.
Brian, real quick on the Kasich point, then I'll let you make your point.
Sure.
I've talked to people inside the Clinton camp who say they're actually nervous about John Kasich. If he is able to emerge, he's a governor with a record.
He sure is. I actually think he's not a bad guy. I just don't see him beating Jeb Bush. I mean, Jeb Bush has over $100 million. I think Jeb Bush will have that vast Bush army that will play a very important role in the primary. So I think once Trump and Ben Carson slow down, which I believe they ultimately will, and we start focusing on, like you saw in the Hugh Hood interview, Trump just doesn't know what he's talking about. And I think once you start getting into the nuts and bolts of real politics, I think him and Carson are going to fade, and I think Bush
Donald
wins.
Trump says he misheard the questions. We'll see. I mean, he's going to have a little clash with you, Hewitt, in that next debate.
Not sure
he's
about
one of the moderators there. Let's quickly shift over to Hillary Clinton. This New Hampshire poll, Bernie Sanders 49%, Hillary Clinton 38%. Obviously, some separation there. The Clinton camp had scoffed recently when I went to them with other polls showing that Bernie Sanders was leading. Let me start with you, Brian, because we had a couple questions for Eric before, and then we'll get to him. Is Bernie Sanders for real?
No. I think Bernie Sanders is going to do well in states like New Hampshire, which are very small states. Any states with major urban environments, he's going to get killed by Hillary. If blacks and Hispanics are voting, Bernie Sanders has no chance.
And she can outlast him in the long run, you believe?
She could easily outlast him in the long run.
Evan, what do you say about Hillary Clinton? As a Republican, do you want to face her or not? You got 30 seconds.
I would love to face a candidate who's currently under investigation by the FBI. The only issue that Democrats could put up if they put up Hillary would be email. If they want to talk about anything, all Republicans need to do is say.
This weekend, Hillary Clinton in New Hampshire really started going back to sort of the war on women rhetoric, and it worked for Barack Obama.
But here's the thing. Barack Obama was not under federal investigation. Hillary Clinton is.
All right, that'll have to be the final word. Fine. Eric, Brian, thanks for being here.